he has something much greater than a fixer-upper. At least that's what I told myself, and I believed it wholeheartedly, because I'm like, God not gonna put me in a house that needs all this work. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Atia. If you don't know, welcome. I finally am able to sit down and tell you guys a full testimony on how we got this house, and I'm super excited. But you may have noticed that I got my hair done. I decided to dye my hair black because it's closest to the natural color that it is, or closer to the natural color that it is. It's a very dark brown naturally. And I got my hair dyed an orangish color last year for my wedding. I have a picture right here. You can see in this picture, it's a glare. But you can see in this picture a little bit that my hair is orangish, red, orange, copper, whatever you want to call it. And I was going to get that color again, but my husband requested for me to get my hair a darker color. So I did, and here I am. And all of that is because we're coming up on a year of being married. I can't believe it's literally been a year. So you can see how my hair has grown so much since in just a year. What I really want to talk to you guys today about is how we got this house, and just share updates of what the house looks like now, because the last video that I had was an empty house, and just walk you through what the process was buying the house. So if you're interested in finding that out, keep watching. Yay! Okay, where do I even start? I'll start by God sent me the realtor that we worked with. I've been talking to my husband about finding a house, or just about a new opportunity on our living situation, because I felt as though, one, God was calling us out of that space, and then two, we were also just outgrowing that space. So I previously worked at a university as a resident director, and working as a resident director, you have to live on campus. The university that I worked at, living on campus, it was in one residence hall, and it was a 2-bedroom apartment. And it's really nice. When I first started there, it was just me, so I had a 2-bedroom to myself. And then I decided to get a dog, and that wasn't bad because it was just me and then my dog. And then I got a husband and a baby, and it just got overcrowded really fast. It was good for the beginning stages, like going through the pregnancy, it was fine. As our son turned 1, and then I'm like, you know, if we're gonna expand our family, we're gonna have to figure this out. But okay, so back to God sent us the realtor, because the realtor was actually one of my RA's moms, and she only got introduced to me through my job, and I would have never met her or known how to contact her or anything. I feel as though I was put in a position to meet her. So therefore, I feel as though God, especially around the time where I was telling my husband, hey, we need to figure this out. Hey, if you have a realtor you want to work with, you need to reach out to them ASAP, because time is ticking and the school year is going to be here before we know it. And I kind of want to figure this out before the next school year, just so I can mentally prepare and we can figure things out. But she came to us right at the end of the previous school year. So I was like, okay, this is perfect. She's close by to the school. We can just go to her office. She's Christian, and what else can I ask more? She just seemed like a great opportunity. So me and my husband, we go and meet her. We get to know her, and the first interaction just felt very natural and good, and we felt good about it. We ended up signing a contract and working with her through the end of the year. We gave her to the end of the year. It obviously did not take that long. So then we start looking at houses, and it's not that enjoyable to me. I think it's hard trying to just schedule out a time for all of us to meet, to look at the house, with work, with daycare, with all just the other things that are going on. Like taking time out of your schedule to look at a house, it's necessary, but it's also not that exciting unless it's the house you think that is your dream house. So we looked at a few houses that I wasn't really excited going into. I told my husband, like, I don't want to be in a construction zone moving into the house. I don't want to have to worry about things not being done, or not really being able to use certain spaces, or having to be cautious because we got a son and a dog, because we have to do all these repairs in the house. Like, I don't want to fix a rubber. But in his mind, he thinks or was thinking that in this market, we're not gonna find anything affordable that's already put together. And that's understandable because we are in a very hard housing market right now for buyers. One thing I kept reminding him was that God is calling us out of this situation and he's going to provide something that is comfortable for all of us to be in financially and livably, because I'm not living in no construction zone. So we saw quite a few of those houses that were like that and I was not interested at all. It was just hard for me to bring myself to make time for something I know I'm not going to like. We looked at some houses from like the 50s and the 60s. I'm like, Vince, this bathroom, I barely can even walk into this bathroom. It's so small. We're not doing that. We looked at houses in areas that were even further away from everything that we do in our, like where our church is, well, at least where my doctor's appointments and stuff are, where we take our son. He's looking at houses outside of that. I'm like, that's not gonna work. That's not convenient. I just felt like certain houses, I was wasting my time. But I was also just trying to be understanding of maybe where my husband was coming from, or like what he was thinking with looking at the house. So I'm like, we're gonna go look at this house, but I know this is not our house. But we're gonna go look at it just so you can see for yourself and I can be here to support you, but I know this is not our house. We come across some more houses in a more suitable area for us, which is what I'm more interested in. So looking at the houses in this area was more exciting to me. All right, so I'm gonna speed up a little bit. So we've been looking at houses, we haven't found anything. And then we're scheduled to look at a house. I remember it was a Tuesday night. I canceled all my plans to look at a house that's actually down the street from where we live now. And for some reason, when we looked up that house down the street, the house that we're currently in popped up on the feed. And for some reason, it didn't pop up until we like specifically looked up the name of the street. So we see this house on the website, like on the app that we're using, and we're wondering, why hasn't anybody seen this house? Why has it been on the market for over a month? Why was it a price cut? Like, what's wrong with this house? Because in the pictures and on the paper, it looks perfectly fine. So when we go visit the house down the street, we're like, okay, let's just take a look at this one up the street, just to see if we like that one. Look at the one down the street first, and we don't like it. We don't like the layout of the house. It wasn't what we were looking for. It didn't seem like super kid friendly, and it was like weird. It just seemed like the living room and kitchen area should have been opposite the way that it was set. So we just didn't like it, and it wasn't the best. Then we look at the house up the street, which is this current house, and we love it. It was like, this house is amazing. Like, what's wrong with this house? Why isn't anybody putting offers in? This house has custom cabinets. The paint is fresh. The carpet, like everything was so clean. Like literally nothing needed to be done in this house. I can't even tell you what. So literally nothing needed to be done when we moved in this house. So they already did an inspection so we could see what needed to be done, if anything, and it was very minimal things needed to be done. The only thing that was kind of alarming was the garbage disposal, which is not that expensive. And we did end up having to get that replaced, but that wasn't too bad. And we knew someone who could help us out. We called our realtor and we put in an offer that same night. We were up, I think, close to 12 a.m., if not 12 a.m., talking to her and like writing out all the paperwork and everything. And it was hard to make the decision the same day because you just never know, but we literally had everything we needed. We saw the inspection, we saw the house, so it was just, all right, are we gonna do this or what? And the crazy thing is, about a week or so before that, my husband like just really kept emphasizing that, you know, we're not gonna find a perfect house in this market for a price that we can afford. We're gonna have to go over asking. And we did put in an offer to a house, and we did go over what they asked for, but we didn't go to our max, and we ended up not getting that house. So he was feeling very discouraged, even though we've only been looking at houses for like a few weeks. And I continuously reminded him that God can do the impossible. Do not put limits on what God can do, because he will continue to surprise you and basically make you feel like how is this even possible? Because he continues to do that to this day. And he's done it before in my life, and I know he can do it again. So I'm like, Vince, my husband, don't downplay what God has in store for us, because he has something much greater than a fixer-upper. At least that's what I told myself, and I believed it wholeheartedly, because I'm like, God, not gonna put me in a house that needs all this work. Okay, so coming back to, we put it in that night. We prayed over it. Our realtor was praying with us. I was praying with Vince. Our family was praying for us. And literally the next morning, 9 a.m., before I even went into work, before I could even leave, I was almost walking out the house. I get a call from our realtor, and she's so like calm, nonchalant, casual. She's like, they accepted the offer, and then she just started rambling about, I'm like, wait, they accepted the offer. I didn't even get into that. The offer that we put in was under asking. We were able to put in under asking because they were pretty desperate to sell this house. It's been on the market for a month. They already knocked the price down, so we got it down a little bit more. And I can't remember what other things we put in there, but we're not in a fixer-upper. We were able to put in under asking in this crazy market. Everything else that we can think of worked out. So it's just like, you mean to tell me that's not God? You mean to tell me that's not that? Only God can do something like that in such a short period of time. Because let me tell you, we started working with our realtor at the beginning of April, and then we found this house right at the end of April or at the very beginning of May. And then we ended up closing on the house at the end of May. So everything happened pretty fast. So when you really trust and put your faith in God and believe that he is calling you out of space, or believe he's opening up a new opportunity for you, or he's shifting something in your life, believe it, because I believe that. And I still believe he's doing something that I can't even imagine. I'm still trying to wrap, like, this is a whole nother part. The job aspect of us getting a house for me, I'm still trying to wrap my head around what is God doing in that aspect. But focusing on the house right now, God is just so good. That's all I can say. God is just so good. He's so good. And if you don't know him, I pray that you do get to know him. And if you have any questions, please put it in the comments, because I am here as a servant of the Lord, and I just want everybody to know his name. If you don't know him, please get to know him. Okay, going back to my story. So we close at the end of May. Just to share a little bit about the buying process. After our offer got accepted, the next step was to go through all this paperwork, and it was exhausting. The mortgage company where we would be getting the loan from, they asked us so many questions. They needed so much information, and that was just a lot of back and forth. And I understand, because it's such a big loan, they want to make sure that you're going to pay it back, but that was exhausting. So be prepared for that if you are in the market for looking for a house. They're going to want to know every single detail. It wasn't too bad because we didn't have a house or anything before this. Like, we didn't have an apartment that we were paying for, or a house to, you know, like close out. So it was easy just for us to just move in. Like, we didn't have to worry about a lease or anything like that. So that was also a blessing, not to have that transition either. It was like really smooth, just moving in from the apartment. Also, a little bit about what I was saying in this video. So with my job, I have to live there. I have to live on campus to fulfill that role. So with that, I have to leave. So you can only imagine buying a house, but then having to leave your job at the same time. That's pretty hard, because you're committing to such a big payment. It's not cheap. And then on top of that, our son's daycare is pretty expensive. So when I tell you, some things are out of your control. This is honestly out of my control. I mean, obviously we could have not bought a house, but we would have to move into an apartment or do something else for me to find a new job. So either way, we would be in a weird financial situation. And honestly, the apartments around here are the same prices as a mortgage, so why not make an investment? But long story short is, I'm gonna have to find a new job. And I've been looking and seeking and praying, and I really do believe God is preparing me for something. that I don't know what it is yet, but there's a reason why I'm leaving my previous job and now having more opportunity to start something new and fresh. And I feel like I know what it is, but I don't really know because I don't know what God's doing. But that's more for another day, and probably it'll be another testimony that I'll share here. It's pretty much all that I wanted to share with you guys. Just everything is such a blessing, and I feel extremely grateful, and I'm very happy to be vlogging this experience, and I pray that I'm consistent so that I can vlog more experiences. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Prayer requests down below, questions down below, or anything else that you want to put down below, please do. I love comments, I love responding, and I love engaging with you guys. But I just thank you so much for watching and being part of my journey, and have a good day and be good. Okay, I'm gonna start you guys upstairs. It's our bedroom. This is the bathroom that we got redone. If you see my previous video, you'll see the bathroom was completely different. My husband's dad redid this bathroom, and he did the tile floor. And we got a new vanity. The light fixture and that mirror is the same. Put little decorations here. I got all the accessories from, these matching accessories are from Home Goods and Ross, because there was something that I couldn't find. Oh, it was a toilet bowl cleaner. Home Goods had all of this stuff except for the toilet bowl cleaner, and I found that at Ross. And I have to fix this. For some reason, that's just, yeah, not it. But this is the tile bathroom. Let me turn the light on. This bathroom is the same as we had it in my last video. I think maybe I just added these pictures. That might be the only different thing. But other than all the other stuff in there, it's the same. This is our son's bedroom. This is where he sleeps. He sleeps in a big boy bed. This is the bed from my husband's apartment. So it's kind of serving as a guest room. But if we needed to ever use it as a guest room, we could. But definitely my son sleeps in here regularly. And this is his baby room. We call it big boy room and then baby room. He's funny, he calls it baby room. But this is where all his toys are, and if we ever have another baby, this is where they would be. So that's our son right there. He doesn't like that anymore. That was him when he was turning 1. He's grown now. Going back downstairs. So this was a chair that my husband said we had to put in the house, which is fine, but it's from his apartment and it matches for the most part, so it works. And this is a bookshelf that me and my dad put together. He helped me stain the wood, pick out everything, and hang it up. And I got my book collection. I always wanted a bookshelf in my house, and
I got it, so I'm really happy about the way that it turned out. It's very simple, but also complex because there's so many good books on there. We got the Bible. I have like a whole bunch of different Bibles, and these are all my Christian books. If I were to take out the books that I have read and left the ones that I have not read yet, that shelf will probably still be very full. So I need to read more of my books that I have and stop buying more books. But it's just something about books. I just love them. It's really not that many when I look at it, because I'm sure people have so many more books, but this is my little collection. I love it. Then up here we have a few different things, different type of books. What to expect when you're expecting. My favorite book is called A Million Little Pieces by James Frey. And then a few other like self-help books. Then up here we have some autobiographies and books about like singers, rappers, Will Smith. I love Will Smith. And then just some other like random stuff. But yeah, that's my little book collection. And over here we have my desk area. Well, our desk area, but I use it more than my husband does. I got this desk off of Facebook Marketplace and this chair off of Amazon. So that was a really nice buy. I only got it for like $250, which was pretty decent, and it was already put together, so it was nice. And these are the couches that I was talking about the previous owners gave us, which is really nice. Really nice couches. Great condition. This is my dog Ziva. We went to the dog park this morning, so she's exhausted. We are hoping to get a different TV stand, but for now that's just what my husband had in his apartment, and the TV was on there before we mounted it. Also praying to get a bigger TV, but for now this is what we got. And my son's little play area, I leave some toys out for him. I don't know, it's just something about leaving toys out that makes it feel more homey to me. I don't want it to be so perfect in here that my kid can't have his toys out, so we're always gonna have toys out. This is the kitchen. Let me turn the lights on. Everything is not perfect for you guys, I'm sorry, but like this, I need to put that away. I was recording, and I'm still recording right now. My plant collection. Our custom cabinets. Oh, we did have to replace the microwave. For some reason, like a couple weeks in, it just stopped working. So we had to get a new microwave, which is fine. We got gas stove. I'm actually cooking in there now, and I'm heating up my leftover dinner from yesterday. It's probably warm. We got our nice fridge. The water isn't working for some reason. The ice is though. I don't know, for some reason the water's not working. Our lovely custom cabinets. Custom cabinets. I love it. So cute. Like, so cute. And at one point, I thought I was not going to have enough space to put all my stuff. I thought I wasn't going to have enough space to put all my stuff. When I tell you there is more than enough space. I can fit my air fryer down here. My air fryer fits down there. I thought I was gonna have to buy something separate to store like my air fryer and all the appliances, but it fits. Just like, God, it's so good. It's so good because it's just amazing. So this is Gio's little station. I recently put those up. I was gonna do cork board things, but then we already had these things, and I bought this off of the Goodwill, and I just spray painted it black to make it match. And we had this from our baby shower, so I was like, this is cute. We can put up his little artwork because they send home so much artwork when he's done. All these things are from his daycare, except for these Bluey pictures. We did those together, but all these things are from his daycare. So I'm like, we need to put these up somewhere. He's always doing art and sending pictures home. These are the curtains that they left for us, as well as that one cute little bar stool. We got this kitchen table. I love having Elmo napkins. This is like, I wanted to have more kid-friendly stuff around, but so far we just got Elmo napkins for dinner time. But maybe I'll do like placemat. I don't know, I'll do something. But we got little art back there. This is our deck out back. We were blessed to be gifted with all this furniture from our family. They bought the table, they bought the, no, actually we bought the table, I think. And then they got us a Blackstone. And I decorated all my plants everywhere. This is our half bathroom.